tour with AC/DC. We were the opening act for AC/DC for the 1996 Ballbreaker tour across the United States. And I would be hanging out with Angus.
Well, start with how that started.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So I'm at work. I was working for a stage company in San Carlos at Stage Rigging Incorporated at the time, and AC/DC's on tour, and just came back from touring in Canada. We're a company that makes amplifiers for AC/DC, the internal parts of the amplifiers, endorsed us as a band and gave us amplifiers. So that's the kind of little connection there, right? Very weird, like Kevin Bacon level connection, but and so we come back to the United States, and I'm at work, and I get a call, and my buddy's like, dude, AC/DC just fired their opening act. We need to have all the gear in San Jose at Shoreline Amphitheater in an hour. And I walked up to my boss, this guy, Rocky Paulson, who's like the head of Stage Rigging Incorporated, the biggest concert touring overhead rigging company in the United States. And I'm like, remember when I started working for you? And I said that my band might have a big deal and I might have to walk out the door. And I go, that's right now. He goes, I'm going to fire you. And I go, yeah, I'm going to have to be fired. I'm okay with that. I had that going. And so I ran to my studio, and the van was in there. And thank God, this is like almost pre-cell phone-ish. In 1996, not everybody had a cell phone. And people still had pagers and stuff like that. And our bass player, you could never find him. He knew where the show was, and he would show up. But like, the guy lived in a sailboat. No phone, no nothing, and he happened to be in there in the studio when I walked in. And it took me half an hour of loading band gear in a frantic pace into the van for him even to believe me. And finally we get everything in the van, I grab some more people, and we're there an hour and 15 minutes later.
Oh my God.
And we're at Shoreline, and this whole crew of like 30 stagehands just comes out, unloads the whole van, just runs everything out on the stage. And we get like 5 minutes to go, and then they go, okay, get off the stage, and they're like laying all the stuff down, and we go in the back room, and I have to say, because it was so frantic, no one had time to say, holy crap, we're about to play with AC/DC. It was still too much of a role.
Yeah. So, is this even real? Is this even
really? So nobody was getting
no butterflies,
and no attitude or no ego.
Yeah.
Like the ego was low, and so. They play their show, and this guy walks up, whose name is Opie. He's famous named Opie. He looks just like Opie Taylor. And he's the tour manager for the Rolling Stones, for AC/DC, Aerosmith, all that stuff. He's like the best world touring 14 to 25 semi-truck shows. This guy handles it like nothing. Right?
Wow.
So he comes up to me, he goes, 30 minutes, 15 seconds. I look at my lead singer, I'm like, okay, we're done. And he throws me the guitar. He always threw the guitar from the stage, and I'd catch it on the side of the stage. I goes, good job, thank you guys. And we get done, and he goes, all right, look, we got one more show for you in Anaheim. He goes, when we come to Anaheim, we're like, yes. We go home, we're having a party at the house, and everyone's like, you're crazy. We go down to Anaheim.
How did the crowd respond to you guys?
You know what's funny? Because we weren't prepped, they were having fun. And because that first show was fun, every show after that was fun. And what we heard midway was that the opening acts would act like we'd be idiots, or wasn't their kind of music for people who go to see AC/DC. Don't give one crap about the opening act. And the fact that we got applause and people were happy, like AC/DC loved it, because the opening act rarely got anything but, when you're done, can you get out of the way so we can see this other band? So we get a call, we come back from Anaheim, and we're home back in San Carlos, and just like at my buddy's house, and we're having this huge party, and everyone's thinking we're just the coolest guys in the world. And they call, like, man, this other band's not working out. Can you come down to Las Vegas and finish the next 39 shows across the United States? And we did it in a half the show in a rental car. They took our band gear in a trailer. We drove behind them in a rental car, 5 of us in a rental car driving behind them. And I'm telling the story for one better part of the story that he likes. So the best job I've ever, and I know I'm hanging out with Angus, every member of the staff of them has their own bodyguard. And these guys are monsters, and they're all great. They're all really good guys, and all of ACDC are very small men. They're all smaller guys. I meet this guy. I go, so what's your gig with the band? And he goes, oh, I'm the guy that flies ahead. I go, yeah, so what, fly ahead? He goes, well, I fly ahead, and I go to every strip club in the city that we're going to, and I find the women that I want to be at the show, and I give them backstage passes, and they're the entire front row of every concert are all the strippers from the so they do the
Wow.
when they do the Jack and they do Whole Lotta Rosie and all that, the whole front row's got their tops off and everything. And so I'm standing there looking at him, and I see him stand at the back of the stage. The stage is like, it's like 4 stories tall. It takes 2 days to build. You get into a town, and there's another set of trucks going to another city ahead of you, getting ready, building another
Wow.
stage, right? It's this massive castle, and the lead singer would swing out on this giant wrecking ball. It was the Ballbreaker tour, and wreck this whole castle, come crashing down. And I see the guy who's the go-ahead guy, and he's like below the stage, and he's got the curtain open, and I'm like, what's that guy doing? And I walk over and I look, and I'm like, and there's this entire camera rig moving back and forth under the stage. And it's got camera gear looking through a plexiglass strip. So when you see Angus Young doing his little thing when he's doing his guitar thing, well, there's also a platform on it, and these strippers are naked on it. A little girl-on-girl action going on, and the lead singer of AC/DC is on the stage going, yeah! And he's like, see what I like! This is like so good. This is so good. And I was just like, I'm like, holy crap, you are a trip. This is rocking. It's the only time in my entire time touring and everything where I was like, holy crap, that's real rock and roll. Like that's just like
If you're that rich and you're that crazy, that's what you want.
yeah.
I mean, I hope so. That's what I would imagine.
That's all I ever wanted.
You're not doing it in a way, right? You know?
I am so not that cool.